Hey there friends, what's going on? It's Codiak here, back for another Outriders video, and today we're going to address that one big thing, the elephant in the room going on with the game. And I know you all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about inventory wipes, we're talking about characters completely getting stripped of all of their gear, accounts being wiped out, because it is the issue of the moment. It's the thing that everyone is talking about in Outriders. People are afraid to log in because they don't want to lose their character. And I totally get that. I have not logged in myself because I don't want to lose the 100+ hours of work I've put into all 4 of my characters. Now, if you remember, I actually had a video about this way back in the demo where I talked about this exact issue, saying it was the one thing that was going to completely sink the game. And a lot of you at the time were like, no, Codiak, you're an idiot. They're going to fix this. This is going to be addressed before the game comes out. Of course, they have plenty of time to fix the issues. Well, look at that. A month is not that long of a time, and the issues are still around. Now, this is a big deal. I think everybody knows that. If you go on Reddit, if you look on Twitter, if you go in the comment section of any Outriders video for any content creator, you will know that this is a big deal. Now, I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that the team, while they're very proactive in trying to deal with issues, are going too fast. They're working overtime to try and fix those major server issues, trying to fix the matchmaking issues. And by doing so, they're implementing patches that are not ready to be deployed. We've seen this with other games with bigger teams, and the same things happen. You release a patch and the game breaks. And that is terrible for the life cycle of the game, especially when you're talking about a game that just launched, that's really PvE focused, no competitive angle to it. People just want to play the game and enjoy it. Now, this does reignite the argument that Outriders should have an offline mode or just shouldn't be always online. And I'm starting to really agree with those people, because while the developers have done a great job communicating with the community, making sure everybody knows what's going on, that still doesn't change the fact that there are issues that are completely sinking the entire trajectory of the launch. I'm okay with issues at launch. I'm okay with servers going down. I'm okay with patches happening. But after a week, 2 weeks of the team implementing things, changing things, focusing on nerfs when bigger issues are happening, I have to put on the brakes and I have to say, okay, this is not the right way to go about this. Of course, you can't make major changes like turning Outriders into an offline game at this point, right? It's too late for that. But you can be a little bit more careful about the things that you implement into the game, specifically those patches. Did you really need to fix that exploit with the Outriders Legacy quest? Was that part of the reason? Probably not. You could have focused on matchmaking, you could have focused on server issues, you could have focused on the things that were actually stopping people from playing the game, not the people that were just enjoying the game. Maybe they got a few extra legendaries. It doesn't seem like a priority to me. Now, in all honesty, guys, we have not logged into the game. Livid and myself are afraid to log into the game because we don't want to lose our characters. We don't want to lose the hundreds of hours of progression that we have. And I think we've seen that sentiment echoed in the comments of our videos and on Discord. People are playing at their own risk. And I can't even remember the last time I had to play a game like that, where I logged in and I was playing at my own risk because I didn't want to lose everything. Now, of course, the People Can Fly team, the Square Enix team, they know about these issues. They have kept everyone in the loop on Twitter, on Reddit, but at some point, I have to stop defending it because it's a big enough issue that it's impacting the overall community of Outriders, which was massive a few days ago. Over 100,000 strong on Steam playing concurrently. Of course, we have to talk about the consoles too, which I would imagine is just as popular, if not more popular. So we're talking about maybe 500,000 players playing concurrently at peak. And then this is happening, and people are uninstalling the game. People are asking for refunds, all because of this one issue. And why is that? Well, when you invest hundreds of hours into a game, when you invest money and time into something, and then it's all taken away from you, of course, that's the biggest slap in the face that you could possibly receive. And no matter how good the team is at communicating with you and letting you know, hey, these are issues, the issues are still there. So it is a big issue for the community, again, which is why Livid and myself aren't logging in. We want to make content for the game. We want to keep the game going because at the heart of it, we love Outriders. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. There's so much potential there. But with these issues plaguing the community, it's just hard to swallow that idea of logging on and losing everything. For all of you in the same boat, sitting there not logging onto the game, maybe you moved on to another game or went back to one of your old favorites, you should know that the Outriders team will restore all of the accounts, all of the items. They've actually implemented more safeguards into the system to help alleviate some of the wipes. They haven't fixed it, but they have implemented some safeguards to alleviate the issues. Yes, your character will come back. Yes, your gear will be restored, but it's not going to come back quite the same. At least the team can't promise that. And I think that's at the heart of the issue here. You've sunk so many hours into a game to basically lose it all, because those god rolls, all of those random elements of Outriders that you needed to farm are not guaranteed to return. And I think that's really the straw that breaks the camel's back here. Now, I do want to commend the team. I think they've done a good job of communicating the issues with the community. I think they've been on point on Twitter, on Reddit, letting players know exactly what is going on in the game. And I think if there's any high point to all of this, it's their communication. And I think most developers could look at the way that People Can Fly, Square Enix, and Fourth Floor have done the communication aspect of this game and learn something. And I hope we see this with more AAA titles. Does that excuse the fact that the game is pretty much unplayable because of this fear factor with logging in and losing everything? No, it does not. Outriders is a great game, and I want to be very clear. I love this game. Livid loves this game. Our entire community really enjoys this game. But when there is this fear hanging over the entire process of logging in, and the thought of losing everything is always in the back of your mind, it's really hard to enjoy that. And it's the reason why Livid and myself haven't even logged into the game in 2 days, because we don't want to lose 200 combined hours of progress. That just won't work for us, and that'll put us back at square one. And honestly, the energy and the time investment that we've put into the game, I don't think we could replicate that a second time. And I know a lot of you guys are older. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy to invest back into a game after already investing a sizable amount of time and effort. And I totally get that. So I think we're talking about a lot of different things here. I think we're talking about ultimately a game that should have been delayed one more time to really drill down on this one issue. And again, go back to that video where I talked about this issue, because I said point blank that this was the one thing that needed to get fixed before launch if the game was to be successful. People can deal with server issues. People can deal with matchmaking issues. But if you can't play and know that your character and your gear are going to be there when you log back in for an online game, it just doesn't work. I know you guys have some really strong opinions about this, so feel free to vent in the comment section below, but let's keep things civil. This channel is all about being constructive and being positive, but being honest about what's going on in the gaming world. So let's remember that everybody involved here is a human. Everyone involved here is a person with feelings and emotions. So I understand you're frustrated, you're pissed off, and you want this game to work. I do too, but that doesn't mean we should issue death threats. That doesn't mean we should criticize someone at their core. We can criticize the game, we can criticize the launch, but remember, there are people behind all of these things, all of these passions and these projects, and we have to remember that as human beings and as gamers, we have a tendency to go overboard. So if you want to vent, that's fine. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's get a discussion going. That will be helpful for the future of the game. As always, guys, if you like our content and you want more Outriders in your feed, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and, of course, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support Legacy Gaming even more, you can check out our new membership program. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can support us and help us keep building this channel and keep growing our community. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.